What is up, awesome people of the internet? Guys, I got what I wanted. I wanted this game to end up in a Fever victory so we can go to game 5, and we are going to game 5. Mama. Wow, what a great game for the Indiana Fever. 90-83, they get the job done at home. What did you think?
Well, they did what they were supposed to do. They what they've been doing every single game you've seen them play in this playoff. We see that they go to the part of them that says, "I don't want this to end,"
Mm-hmm.
and they use that energy, and they somehow come out the winner. Boston was the key to the win today.
Yes.
um, Her being able to score and get to the line as much as she did, which I didn't think all the time she got to the line. She should have, but anyway, you all know what I feel about that. She does a lot of hooking and all this other stuff, and the refs are standing right there. I don't know how they do this, but that's a mute point. But she was the key to them winning the game tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly did her what she needed to do, but Boston was the engine that they fed. They fed her in the post to keep her to get her scoring tonight, because we know that the previous games in the playoffs she didn't score as much. She was defending well, but she was not giving them any offense. So they made
Mm-hmm.
to feed her the ball to ensure that she would have opportunities to score. And when she got fouled, she capitalized on that 3-point play. So great game for the Fever.
Yeah, fantastic game for the Fever. Aaliyah Boston, she had 24 points today. This is a career high in the postseason for Aaliyah Boston. 24 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Like, she was all over the board today. And again, yes, Kelsey Mitchell did her thing, but the number one reason, in my opinion, that the Indiana Fever won is because of Aliyah Boston and her
Yep.
activity on both the offensive and defensive end. Like, she was just everywhere,
Yep.
and as you said, she kept getting to the line, Mama. Like she
Mhm.
like. Aaliyah Boston scores more points than she in game 4 than she did in game 2 and game 3 combined. Because not
Yep.
only did she get field goals, she ended up making 7 field goals, shooting yeah, pretty decent from the field, but she got to the free throw line several times.
Yeah.
13 free throw attempts for Aaliyah Boston,
She
and she
lived at the line.
capitalized.
She lived at that line.
Yeah.
And but they set up the plays so that she would have that opportunity to
Mm-hmm.
have a chance to get fouled for to capitalize on that 3-point play. So I don't know how many of those 3-point plays she made, but she made several of them, and it was the key to their game. They got Nalissa in foul trouble.
Yeah, 5
So
fouls.
that,
She sat on the bench to
yeah,
close out the game. And Mama, to be honest with you, when time was winding down, when it was like 3 minutes, 2 minutes to go, I was like putting Alyssa in. I understand she got 5 fouls, but like
you needed her.
I actually think that having Nalissa in instead of Megan Gustafson to close out the game could have
Yep,
led to a
would have
different
made a
result for the
difference.
Aces.
Yeah, it would have made a difference. But I don't know why she didn't put her back in, because besides the 4 fouls, she was really good with her offense tonight, like she had been. She didn't score as much, but she was when she had opportunities, she was able to score.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure why Becky didn't put her back in. Um, but Asia did miss a lot down the stretch. She did well throughout the game, but when it really mattered, and especially at the line, she missed 2 free
Yeah.
costly. So those kind of things, and besides them losing the ball so often, oh my God, the turnovers were horrible today.
Mama,
Um,
so
but
many turnovers.
I
Chelsea
believe
Gray
it.
had 5 turnovers in today's game. 5 for Chelsea Gray. Like that.
Hmm.
That's. I mean, as a team, this team had what 15? I believe 15 turnovers for the Las Vegas Aces. Now, did the Indiana Fever turn over the basketball? Yes, they did. I believe they had like 14 turnovers. But like the Aces, they were turning over the basketball in inopportune times, and it cost
Right,
them.
certainly did, and I don't think that. down the stretch, it seemed like they couldn't get no offense going. Jewel Lloyd, when she missed that 3-pointer, I think it was what she had Becky had called a timeout, I think it was, and came back in. It may have been 2 minutes, and she missed that important 3-point shot. They fed her the ball. She had a good shot. And it was like, girl, if you'd have
Mama,
waited, hmm that
Jewel,
that would have changed the game.
it would have, but Jewel Lloyd was she was disappointing in this one.
Yeah.
She really was. This Las Vegas Aces team needed her to step up in the fourth,
hmm
and they didn't get anything. And to be quite honest with you, you could have just had Dana Evans in the game to close it out.
Yeah.
It
I was
could
surprised
have
she didn't
been,
have
should
it.
have been the lineup, in my opinion, with 3 minutes left to go for the Aces should have been
hmm
Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, Dana Evans, Nalissa Smith, and Asia Wilson. To me,
hmm
that should have been the lineup, but they didn't have that lineup in, and Jewel Lloyd didn't do much of anything. And I think
Yeah.
that Nalissa Smith could have did better than what you got from Megan Gustafson down the stretch. But again, credit to the Indiana Fever for the game plan they had. Stephanie White
Very
had a
good
fantastic
plan.
game plan coming in, sort of playing through Aaliyah Boston
Aliyah
at times, and
Boston.
specifically at the end, they just keep giving it to
Yep.
Aaliyah.
I
Hey,
was like, are y'all gonna double her? But I know if they double her, she's gonna kick it back out.
yeah,
So
because
it was
Aaliyah
a it
Boston's a
was a
really good passer. Yeah,
yeah. So they had a headache on their hand uh, because that was Indiana's game plan. And I heard one of the commentators said that when she wears her red jacket, Stephanie White, when she wears her red jacket, they win the games. So and she had a red jacket on today, y'all. So they
but she better
intended
wear it
to
in Game
win.
5.
Yeah, yeah, she probably will wear it again. But they did play their hearts out though.
They did.
Um, their players played. They did what they needed to do. There were not a whole lot of mistakes besides the turnovers, but I'm saying as far as just shooting, even when Sims she did that air ball, she turned around and that next play she ran down the floor and made a jump shot. I mean, was did a layup. So when they
Was I
made mistakes,
was that?
it's
I
kind
can't
of like
remember if that was Sims or Petty. It was
oh, that
one.
was Petty. I'm sorry. That
It
was
was
Petty. You're correct.
yeah.
It was Petty. She had threw an air ball, and then on
Mm-hmm.
the next play, going down the floor, she was able to steal the ball, and she came on down and she made the 2-pointer. So
Yeah.
I'm saying, even when they made um, errors, they somehow was able to correct the error and get some offense on the other end. Even so, and they did so many. How many tie-ups did they do? They did a
Yes.
lot of
They were
tie-ups. It
so
was
aggressive.
Leslie Holt, that woman was on fire. She was everywhere. She was on the glass. She was trying to rip the ball. She was doing everything like she did in the last game, as well as her offense. So Boston was the key to the game tonight. Chelsea and then Lexi. Those three enabled them to win the game.
Yeah.
Everybody else was
Kelsey
role player.
Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell was rocking and rolling in this one.
Yeah.
What, 25 points for her, right? Four
Mhm.
assists. You get also, Mama, we got to talk about Odyssey Sims once
Mhm.
again.
Yeah. I was like, y'all gonna let her walk to the basket? She was just walking to the basket almost. And then who she shot? I forgot who was guarding her. They were taller than her, and she just shot right over him. That may have been Gustafson. She shot right over her. I was like, and she used the glass, so she was aggressive in that second half because I think she was trying to redeem herself from uh, the last game where she didn't score at all. So they all did their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Even Howard did her thing.
Yeah,
So
I thought Natasha Howard gave some
everybody
pretty good minutes.
she did. Everybody on the Fever did what they were supposed to do to come out with this win tonight. And when they got down to that 2 point, 2 minute, and I was like, oh, I think they were up by 6 at that point. And I was like, ooh, if the Aces don't do something now, they're not going to stop them because they're on a roll. They were not missing any shots down, on the other end. So if they couldn't get their baskets, get a basket on each time they come down the floor, you had no chance of winning because you couldn't cut
Mm-hmm.
into the lead. You could never cut up to. They would get to two down, and then next you know the Fever would go back up 7. This is what they kept doing, back and
Mm-hmm.
forth, back and forth. So even though it was a close game, the Fever had the edge
Yep.
all throughout the game. So hand clap to the Fever for what they were able to do in front of their home crowd. Why Stephanie
Mm-hmm.
White red jacket that signals that they supposed to win. So
Hey, the entire Fever staff needs to guarantee that Stephanie White wears a red jacket for Game 5. Make sure that lady is in a red jacket, okay? But Mama, like overall, this is like the
mhm.
types of games that you want to see for Game
Yeah,
4. Like you want it to be a battle. You want to see this team's fighting the entire way. And you're right, when the Aces kind of got it close, in came
hmm.
the Indiana Fever stepping up that pressure, and
Yep,
also not all of it was pressure. The Las Vegas Aces, they just made some boneheaded decisions in this game.
hmm.
Sometimes
I agree.
with some of the passes, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Like you gotta make some stuff
Cleaner,
happen.
cleaner
Okay,
practice. Yeah,
like let's go. You can't make these silly mistakes where you're just trying to play a little bit too fast and you throw the ball out of bounds, and then you don't get back on defense, and then they score, and then you make another mistake, and then now it's like a 5 to 7 point swing when you were
yep,
just down by 2 points, and all of a
right.
sudden that gap has widened. But it just
Mhm.
again shows how good this Indiana Fever team is. If you give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. They're going to
Yep.
exploit your various mistakes that you make on the court, and you gotta get yourself in gear, so you can actually
Mhm.
finish out the game. Here's the thing: Asia Wilson had 31 points today. 31 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. Her team still loses, right?
Because it wasn't enough for Asia. Again, she missed those 2 free throws down the stretch, and there were several uh, shot attempts that she missed. I think she should have used the backboard more than what she used today.
She
Uh,
faded away too much. Like if you
yeah,
notice, there was one game in the series where she missed like what 10,
that was
11.
last
Yeah,
the game before the second game. I think it
yeah, she
was.
missed
Was it
like
the second
10 or 11
fade
field
away
goals in a
shot?
row, and
Hmm.
most of those shots she was fading back. And when she got going early in the game, she was going straight up. But
Right, right.
as the game progressed, we started to see her fade back on her shots. And yes, can Asia Wilson hit fadeaway shots? Yes, she can. But her shots this playoffs season has been a little bit short when she's fading
Mhm.
away. And
Yeah,
that's
and
something
she
that she
hit
has to work on.
the top part of the rim on a lot of them.
Yeah.
So that's because that fadeaway, it was not enough air on it. So to me, she should have focused just like they were feeding Aliyah Boston and literally getting into the paint. To me, that's what she should have been doing this whole second half. That's what she should have been doing. They should have set her up to do that just like I mean, they fed Aaliyah the ball almost every single play in that fourth quarter.
And it worked too.
Yeah, and I don't understand why they didn't do the same thing for Asia. I mean, if somebody got a 3 point shot, yeah, let them take it. But other than that, because Gutsinson, she made a 3 point
She
attempt. I
did.
was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I was like, the clock wasn't even down. Why are you shooting that? You know, you're not really a 3 point shot. You know, you don't usually do a 3 point shot. I mean, she's gotten one in the series, but I'm saying that's not your shot generally. So I'm just saying, I was like, they just, I don't know. They didn't do what the Aces that won those 17 games straight did. They didn't do that today.
Yeah. No. And and
And that's
and
what they needed to do
Mama,
to win.
I gotta say, I put a good amount of this loss on the coach. I do.
Okay.
It. Okay. First of all,
Okay.
the assistant who is responsible for
Oh my
knowing
goodness.
the amount of timeouts available, that
Mm-hmm.
person is in big trouble
Yeah.
because you have Becky Hammond thinking that she has another timeout. And so
Yep.
that's why I think she was running the various plays that she was running, because she's like, okay, well, in my back pocket, I still got another timeout. We're gonna be okay. And she
Mm-hmm.
called that timeout, and they're like,
Yep.
actually, wait, what? You don't have a timeout. And now
Mm-mm.
the Aces
You
have
got
possession.
to.
They lose possession, and they give
Mm-hmm.
up a free throw. And
Yep.
after that, it was like, yeah, it's for sure over now, because
Oh,
you're not even managing your timeouts right. Like, come on. Like, this is one of the most basic things when it comes to basketball. You got to know how many timeouts you got left so you can know how to plan going forward. And so whoever made that mistake, yeah, they're in big trouble. They're in big trouble. They're probably getting yelled at as we speak. But
Mm-hmm.
also, besides that timeout kerfuffle, the fact that the Las Vegas Aces, in my opinion, was playing through the guards and not
Mm-hmm.
totally playing through Asia Wilson as the game kept progressing didn't make any sense to me. Yes, Melissa had 5 fouls, but unless she was hurt or something, which I didn't notice anything. Maybe it could be that it comes out that maybe she was hurt or whatever. But she seemed fine to me. She had 5 fouls. Absolutely, you have 6 to get fouled out. You are
Mm-hmm.
not trying to go home because you know how good this Indiana Fever team is. You need to leave all of your chips on the table
Everything
in
on the table. Yep.
Indianapolis. And so the fact
Yep.
that Nelissa Smith was not in the game late in the game, the fact that
Mm-hmm.
Jewel Lloyd was kind of stinking it up a little bit, and you didn't want to make a change and take her out and see what Dana Evans could do late in the game. To me, Dana Evans would have been a better closer than Jewel
Yep.
Lloyd. And yes, Chelsea Gray did knock down those 2 3-pointers sort of like right at the end of the
But
game when the game was
it
basically
was too
over.
late though.
It was
Yeah.
too late because the plays that they ran before that was just, they ran one play for Jewel Lloyd, and she like quickly shot the 3-point
I was
shot,
like, why are you
heavily
taking a shot
heavily
this time?
contested. There was still a lot of time in the game.
Yep.
You didn't have to go for a three, and so like there was like mental errors,
Yeah. Yeah.
but also wrong personnel on the court, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. Bad organization when it comes to the timeout stuff. And all of that combined leads you to now have to go home and play in game 5 when really you
Whoa.
really should have closed it out. But again, shout out to the Indiana Fever, because they, from the coaching staff to the players on the court to every single player that touched the court, from the former Chicago Sky Brianna Turner, who I
Mm-hmm.
thought Bree Turner played great in this one,
She
with
did.
defense, and then she did score, but whatever, 2 points, that ain't nothing. But it was her effort and her defense in this game, being able to guard
Mm-hmm.
everyone from Dana Evans to Asia Wilson, like she was doing her thing, right?
Yeah.
To Shea Petty, who came in the game, went on a 7-0 run, a personal 7-0 run, basically,
I
in
was
this game.
like,
Yeah,
ooh.
yeah, she was
Yeah.
doing her thing. To Lexi Hole, who was diving everywhere on the court.
Right.
She was everywhere. She was like lightning in a bottle, basically. 7 points, 7 rebounds, but that does not showcase truly how impactful she was. You got Kelsey Mitchell,
Mm-mm.
of course, 25 points. She does her thing, is knocking down shots left and right. You got Odyssey Sims, who is big in this one, 18 points, shoots super efficiently from the field.
Yeah.
And you got Aliyah Boston, who was your anchor all game, doing her thing
Yep.
down low on both the offense and defensive end, getting her teammates involved, making stuff happen. We saw Natasha Howard give some positive minutes as well. And as a
Mm-hmm.
result, Fever get the win.
Now, I would say this. Could you imagine if Caitlin was in, Sophie Cunningham was in, the Aces, the way they were playing tonight, would have had no chance because those two would have added those 3-point shots. They are 3-point shooters all day long. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine if some of their players that are hurt could have been in the game today?
Yeah, yeah. I also think that like the way they're playing now is very different than what they would be playing if everybody else was really healthy. So
Okay.
yeah, so one, they would have had a better record, and so they may not have even been playing the Fever. I mean the Aces, but yeah, they would have been better for sure with Caitlyn and with Sophie. I mean, Sophie can knock down some 3-point shots, but like her, I feel like her and Lexi are kind of like similar in terms of that, like the
They
ability to
are.
knock down a three. But yeah, with Caitlyn
Yeah.
and her pass and stuff, like yeah, I think
Yeah.
that would have been
Yeah.
pretty pretty fun to see.
That
But
was, yeah.
again, I think the fact that that they're out
Mm-hmm.
and this Fever team is making as much noise as they're making. Again, they're one game away from the WNBA finals. I think
I
it just
know.
shows who else you got on this team, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got some ballers on this team, okay?
They
And
playing with heart.
yes, they
They playing with
would
heart.
be better if Caitlyn was playing, absolutely. But also put some respect on these ladies' names
Mm-hmm.
because they way better than what a lot of people thought they were when those injuries occurred, right? There are people who are like, "Oh, the Fever are down for the count. It's over. It's over." It's not over
No,
because
it's
if a
not.
team still plays with heart and they
Mm-hmm.
play together,
Mm-hmm.
dog, what are we talking about? We're looking at an
Yeah.
Indiana Fever team one game away. One game
Yep.
away.
And you know that has to be exciting to them, to know that they're that close. So for the Aces, I don't know who's going to win this game.
Yeah.
Be honest with you, it's not like, oh, I expect the Aces to win, because the way Indiana played today and the way they played, I think it was game one that they took away from them. They have the opportunity to actually win if the Aces don't straighten up and fly right. They got to figure out something. Whereas they were able to shut down Kelsey last game, they weren't really able to shut her down. They just slowed her down just a little bit today, but they weren't able to shut her down today. So
Mm-hmm.
you kind of like release that, but then Aaliyah gets hot, and they learn, okay, feed her the ball. So if their strategy is going to be the same, and Aaliyah is going to get those fouls, she's going to get those fouls. It is evident that that's what the refs wants to do, no matter what's going on. I was frustrated at one foul. I was like, "You call that a foul on Asia? Did you see what Aaliyah just did?" So they get the end part of
Aaliyah was Asia was trying to get free from Aaliyah, and they caught a foul.
they called that a foul, but she was trying to get free because she had got her arm, and it's like, who's standing there as a rep? How do they all need some glasses on? That's what I say, or get your contacts change, because you all cannot see, and you standing right there and you can't see that. I don't understand it. And so that's the part that frustrates me, is that you won't call it the same way on both ends. And then you say you're going to let them play physical, but then you let one team play physical, but not the other play. I'm like, can't you make up your mind what you're going to do? If you make up your mind what you want to do, then I won't be frustrated. Okay? Whereas Quita wanted a game five, I didn't want a game five. I'm like, y'all get this. Let's get this over with. These games are too long. Y'all dragging y'all feet. Let's get this over with. And all these timeouts, all these reviews. I'm like, oh my God, just get it over with. If the refs call the calls the way they're supposed to call, you won't have so many reviews. If you start the game out calling it right, you won't have so many reviews, because everybody get used to whatever you call it. So I was a little frustrated in this game because of that. I was like, come on now.
Well, Mama, people are agreeing with you in the chat.
Okay, thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you. Okay.
But
But I know that the coaches, Cheryl Reed got suspended for this game because she did her rant. But I know all these coaches are saying the same thing,
mm-hmm.
whether it's in their favor or not. They all they haven't always benefited from the refs' calls, and the WNBA needs to retrain these refs retrain them. They need to be evaluated. And if they don't do well, like we do on regular jobs, when you get evaluated, you get one warning, you get a written warning, and you're out the door. Because the games are too important for you to do this in a playoff series. It's too precious for you to keep doing this nonsense. Now you did it all the regular season. The regular season is over. This is too hard for teams to accept when they know what you're doing and they see it, and everybody can see it on the replay. And I'm like, sometimes when the audience reacts, I'm talking on both sides. I'm like, what are you reacting to? Why are you saying no? That's clear foul, or why are you saying yes when it's not a clear foul? I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Mama, that
Yes,
it's fandom,
you
you
want
know.
your team to win, but let's be fair and right. That's what I'm talking about. You know, some of those things was a foul. You know it was. But if it benefit your team, then you all good with it. No, let's do it right. So both teams have a chance to fight it out for real. Let them fight it out for real on their skills. Let their skills determine who wins the game. That's what I'm talking about. All right, that's my spiel on that. So
Yeah, well,
so we had it for game 5.
well, we'll see. We'll see if the WNBA actually does something about the referees. Kentucky Rick says Sue Blau is the head of the refs. Start at the top and work your way down. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Yeah, Sue Blau, she is. I forgot her exact title, but yeah, she is in charge of the WNBA referees, and
Mm-hmm.
the WNBA has to make a decision. Kathy Engelbert needs to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is saying the same thing. Fans
Yep.
are saying the same thing. Players are saying the same thing. Coaches are saying the same thing. Random people who see clips on social media are saying the same thing. The refereeing in the WNBA is subpar. It is inconsistent. And regardless of who your team is, everybody's been affected
Yep.
at several
Everybody.
points throughout the season.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, but seriously, the WNBA doesn't seem to care. I don't think they care. Like, I really don't. And I'm hoping that after Cheryl Reeve went off the way she did and how that was like trending on ESPN and how that went the waves, I hope that was embarrassing to the WNBA. Now, yes, they suspended her because, yeah, they kind of had to because, yeah, you can't say that stuff publicly at the time she did and the way that she did. So I get why they suspended her. But at the same time, I'm hoping that maybe that's enough to embarrass them to actually do something. Like we've been saying this for years.
I don't
I
think
know, like people are.
we're saying it, but I'm gonna tell you this. Sometimes people get used to what is. And to change something means some head has to roll. And maybe they don't want to get rid of these refs because they've been tenured for how many years or whatever. I don't care what the case is. Like I said, in a regular job, if you are performing that poorly, you don't keep your job. You don't keep your job. So that's all I'm saying. Um, and until those in charge make a change, the refs are going to continue to do what they're doing because there's no repercussions for
because
not doing it.
because the league doesn't care. Like I don't think
It's the
Kathy
main part of
cares.
the game. Ref of the game is the main part of the game.
Kathy
How do you
Kathy
not
Kathy
care?
gives lip service to the whole thing. She gives lip service to it, and she's like, "Yeah, we take a look at the referees and we watch and we review film, and
Really,
everybody
really.
complains about the referees. Pick your sport, any sport. Everybody complains. Um, it seems like they don't care to do anything. It really seems like they don't care. And at some point, like Kathy Engelbert and the rest of the W, they gotta feel it for them to actually be like, actually, we need to improve this. And I'm hoping that maybe the embarrassment of what Cheryl Reeve did, maybe that'll change something. I doubt it, but like
Mm.
you know,
Well,
uh,
she left it all on the table, as they say.
yeah. Oh, this is hilarious. Shamika says Quita never wants folks fired, but Mama is bad cop. I like
Well,
it.
listen, I am a hard worker, and I have always been trained. I started work when I was 16 years old. And I've always been trained, you either do the job or you get shipped out. So meaning that you get warnings, you get a verbal warning generally, you get a written warning, and if nothing improves, you get shipped out. That's the kind of job market I have been part of all my life. And that's the job market I live by. I work very hard. Like I said, to error is human, but we can't keep erring. We can't keep doing it. That's the thing. Nobody's perfect. We're not saying that the refs have to be perfect, but you got to be at least 80%. Come on. 80% we can live with. You're not gonna get every single call, but when you miss some calls, you make the wrong call, and then on another call you make up a call. It's like, well, what are you looking at? I mean, I got glasses, you all, so I can see very well. So I'm asking, do they have contacts that need to be changed that they can't see, or have they been told something different? I don't know. Sometimes that's the case too. They've been told not to do certain things. I don't know what the issue is, but all I'm saying is it's very frustrating as a fan when you watch play after play and they can't get the call right. And a high stake game as tonight was. The Fever probably still would have won because they had the momentum.
Mm-hmm.
But my point is, you don't need to help them to win. Let them win on their own merit. Okay.
Speaking of free throws and fouling and whatnot, Coach Q,
Mm-hmm.
thank you so much for the super chat. Says Boston shot more free throws than the Aces team. Yes, you did. Yeah.
Now, you know that's not true though, but you know that shouldn't be right. You know that shouldn't be. Anybody that's a lopsided thing. You already know that. Just saying that, you already know it's lopsided. Okay, that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coach Q says Aces had 11 free throws and the Indiana Fever had 34 free throws.
There is no way in the world. There's no way in the world that should have happened. Okay. All right. They lived at the free throw line,
30.
especially
I didn't realize it was 34 though. 34 free throws. That's a lot.
Yeah, it
That's a
is.
lot of free throws, Mama. That is a lot of free
It is.
throws.
Yeah. Yeah. But they took advantage of it because they saw that that's what the refs were going to do. So they just kept doing what they were doing. Okay? That's what happened.
Yeah. Got another super chat. Thanks so much, Brandon, for the super chat. Says, what sucks is when we get a good ref, they get moved up to the NBA to make more money. The WNBA is looked at as a stepping stone because it is. Here's the
Yeah.
thing. And Brandon, you're right. Yes. The good refs, they do move on. They do. Because why wouldn't you? If you work in a field and you are good at your job,
Mhm. Right?
aren't you going to get poached by somebody else who will give you
You're
more
looking for
money?
that promotion.
Right?
You're looking for a promotion, right?
Yeah.
You've earned it. If you're good, you earn the promotion. That's
So
what they're supposed to do.
and so yeah,
But
they go and they go and do something else because the
mhm,
WNBA is not paying the referee salary like some other leagues in the world are, right? The WNBA, I guarantee you, I don't know the exact amount, but when I find out, I'm gonna let y'all know. But I guarantee you, whatever the WNBA is paying the refs, the NBA is probably 10 times that. Right? Some of these other leagues are probably more than that. Here's the thing. Referees will go where the money is. The WNBA
yep.
is a stepping stone, in my opinion. In a lot of instances, I think a lot of people use the WNBA as a stepping stone for other things in their career, not just refereeing, but like I really think everything related to from the equipment people to operations and like in a lot of
Mm.
ways, I really do think the WNBA is a stepping stone. Like people like they just they want to move on to something bigger and better. And so the WNBA is, I'll stay here until, I find something better. Or if I'm mediocre, maybe I'll just stay here,
You're not worried about the promotion if they're mediocre. They're not looking for that. But those that do a good job, they are going to look for a promotion, and that's what they should do. But the point is, when we train people, we ought to train them correctly. I train a lot of people, so and I make a point of training people the way I know the job is supposed to be done. Now, when they don't do it and they say I didn't tell them, I said, "Look at what I gave you. Not only did I demonstrate it and let you do it, and then correct you if you didn't do it right, I also gave you documentation that you can refer to later. So you can't say you didn't know. Just say you forgot, but don't say you don't know because that irritates the mess out of me. So what I'm saying is those reps that are not up to par, there should be somebody that trained them that says, "Hey, you made errors here and there. We need you to correct that. So next time, look out for this. Next time, look out for that." It's a job. It's a job, right? Don't we all get paid to do a job? It's the same. So that's all I'm saying. And I know we spend a lot of time on this. We probably shouldn't. But anyway, I got to that point that I was like, what is going on here? Like,
Yeah.
get it together. I mean, these games are too important to do this now. So make it or break it now. And they're not
Make it or
doing
break
right.
it. We got Jemama with a super chat. Thank you so much for that. Says Fever won because of free throws, not Aaliyah Boston outplaying Asia. Now, me and Mama may disagree on this.
Yeah,
I
I'm
gotta
about to say,
say, yes, the Indiana Fever did get a ton of free throws, absolutely. But also, Aaliyah Boston played her butt off.
yes, she did. She
I'm
did.
not personally. I'm not taking this away from Aaliyah Boston. I'm really not. Like, yes, did some of the free throws that she had, should she have gotten those? No. Did the Fever get way more free throws than the Aces? Yes. However, I don't know. Aaliyah Boston did her thing.
She
She did her
played.
thing.
She played. She played. She played her butt off. She did. So you have to give that to her. It's just that when you get that and one, it was the issue. That was the on some of those plays. I'm not saying that she didn't get fouled on some of those, but she definitely didn't get fouled on every single time she went to the line. So, but she did play. She looked to score, and that's what she did. She came down the floor and she looked to score. She set up her feet. She did a pivoting. She did a lot of pivoting in this game. It was beautiful to see. Yeah,
Yeah, it was. And
beautiful to see.
we gonna see if we gonna see it again. If we gonna see it again in Game 5. We like,
Game
hey, Mama, there's a
five.
all or
Game
nothing.
5. Oh
Everything
wow.
everything is on the line, Mama. Here's the thing. Going into Game 5, I can care less who wins because, Mama, I got what I wanted. I told you I wanted
I know
it to
you
go to
wanted
Game
Game
5. That's what I wanted. I don't care who wins. I wanted to go to Game 5. And now my wish is that we go to Game 5. Well, which we are going to Game 5, but that we go to overtime. That's
Oh wow.
Mama. That's I'm up in the ante in
The
terms
end.
of the competitiveness. I want this to go to overtime. I can care less who wins. I don't care. But overtime. That's what I wanted. That's what I want to happen, Mama. And let the best team win.
I just always feel when your team is in a position to close out a series, that's what you should do. You should never give the opposite team a chance to beat you at the next game. When you have an opportunity to close out the series, that's what your only goal should be, and there should be a plan to accomplish that. So that's why I said what I said. The Aces should have made sure they won because
Oh
they
yeah,
could have closed out the series.
yeah,
And the fact that they allowed Indiana to continuously to play the way they did, and they missed a lot of shots, and they did a lot of zoning on the Aces as well. So that
yeah.
it opens up the 3-point shot. But if you miss a 3-point shot, then the Fever gets what they want in zoning you, right? So
She Win says, Quita, you like too much chaos. I do. I do. Like, here's the thing. I don't care who wins. My team is
yeah,
is sitting at home on vacation overseas. I don't know where they at, but the sky ain't in this. I can care less. I truly can care less what happens. I just want to be entertained. LL
hmm
Kune says, Quita, don't you want Dana Evans to win? Here's the thing. I think Dana Evans is an awesome player. She's one of my favorite players in the WNBA. Do I care if her team wins or loses? No, I don't. When she was on the Chicago Sky, I wanted her to win. But again, truly, regardless of if y'all want to believe this or not, I only care about one team ever winning, and that's the Chicago Sky. I will watch all the games because I love women's basketball. I love women's basketball. I love the competitiveness of it. I think it's so fun to watch. I love it. I love the storylines, all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, I don't really care about the result. I just want it to be an epic battle. I want it to be close. And I want to be entertained. And I know I'm going to be entertained. So I'm good.
Well, whereas I'm different, I do have, even though Chicago's out of it, I still have favorite teams and favorite people that I always cheer for to win. So I'm different. I'm just different. That's all. And it's okay. But I will say that we had a good game. You all know I don't like horrible games. I don't like blowouts, and it wasn't a blowout, so it wasn't that. It was a great game. It's just somebody has to win and somebody has to lose. That's just the name of the game. So we're going to a game 5, and I mean, I was up and down, clapping and hollering and screaming today. So hopefully Tuesday, uh, it won't be so bad for me. I'm trying to calm myself down because this is making a break and this is it. It don't matter. This is the end of the line. Tuesday is the end of the line for both teams. So,
It is the end of the road. I,
so,
I'm so excited. I'm so pumped up about what we are hopefully gonna
mhm.
witness for Game 5. I'm hoping. I am. I like chaos. I'm hoping for a very close one. I really am. But we gonna see what happens. We never know. We never know.
Yeah,
Brandon, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, weren't like 10 of those free throws in the last 30 seconds from fouling and text? Yes. What? I don't know if all 10. I don't know if all 10, but I know at least 6 or 7 of those free throws were from the last 30 seconds or so. Because the Aces needed to get the ball back, and so they were fouling. So yes. They were quite a bit. Now I don't have the box score in front of me, but there was a lot of free throws
mhm.
that the Indiana Fever took in the last minute of the game because the Aces needed to foul. So yes,
Right.
so that total number of free throws is not as like alarming as it initially seems. Though we just need to like it'd be better if you just subtracted what they got in the last like minute from what they got the rest of the game, which I don't have the box score in front of me, so I don't know. But yeah, that's something to note. But Mama, while we are, Doug Lou says, "I like chaos" is a great quote. It is. It is. It is a great quote. But while we have people here, Mama,
Mhm.
I gotta tell people about the video I put out earlier today.
Yes, yes, yes.
So y'all, I spent about 10 hours making a video that is probably the favorite video, the best video I've ever made, in my opinion. Best video I've made, the most effort I've ever put into a video. And I want you all to take a look at it. Now, I made it knowing that, probably a lot of people weren't going to watch because it's a positive video. It's about the love of the game of the WNBA. And it's includes fan comments, fans like you all who sent me voicemails about your thoughts about the WNBA and why you got into the WNBA and what you enjoy about it. And I want you to take a look. So go to my channel after this stream is over, and please watch the truth about the WNBA video that I put out. Again, so much effort went into it, like a lot of effort. And I hope that you all check it out. And that you share it with other people, because there's so much negativity around the WNBA. There's so many people who are like just angry and just trying to just be so negative. And there's a lot of joy when it comes to the WNBA. A whole lot of joy. And that video really is trying to put voice to what the WNBA actually means to a lot of people. And so here's the thumbnail for it. When you see it, please make sure to go and watch it. Please make sure to go and watch it. Like truly, guys, like it took a long time trying to sift through all your voicemails. I had to transcribe them all, then organize them all, and then put them in what I like them on the timeline, and then match up every single voicemail with several clips. So I had to find the clips, cut the clips out, put the clips to time. I had to do the captions. Like, it took a long, long time. And I'm not saying that to complain. I'm saying that because I really enjoyed myself. Like, I was just on my couch just working. Because I really wanted this to come out. And I really wanted to just show what the WNBA means. Like, WNBA is important, right? Like, it's a Ari Chambers has that line. She says the WNBA is so important. That's what she's been saying for forever. But it's true. And there's so many more comments and voicemails that I got that I didn't even include in the video I put out today. I'm gonna have a part 2 because there's another half of audio that I want to put out of people talking about what the WNBA meant to them. And then I have a video that'll be coming out in part 3 that'll be more on like the room for improvement that people have for the WNBA and ways that they want stuff to get better, right? And so, please watch it. Please share it if you can, and truly just try to really not just be negative when it comes to women's basketball, okay? Because women's basketball is a great league. I mean, great sport. The WNBA is a great league. And so, yeah. Thank you so much, LL Kune, for the super chat. Says, video was amazing. Thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much. And guys, like the actual working on the video was not 10 hours, but like the actual, like getting the downloading the voicemails, transcribing and organizing, like all I did, like counting up everything. Yeah, it's about 10 hours. But, the hope is that, I can get a little bit faster of that, with that, because I actually like to do these and I actually want to do more of these, not just with this one Heart of the Fans project, but like that voicemail that I gave y'all, like it's like I paid for it for a whole year. So we're going to have more opportunities for y'all to send voicemails and tell me what y'all think about what's going on. Okay. And we're going to try to make these, a little bit snappier of finishes, getting them things out. But I gotta have time to do that. But anyway, I ain't got nothing else to say, Mama. Sorry, I just rambled while you just still sitting here.
That's fine. You're fine. No, it was a great video. I watched it twice already. So, I was blown away by it. So, and not just because it's Quita, but it was really good. It kept my attention. So
I showed Mama yesterday, and before it was like done, and then I put it out, and then my dad called me, and I'm like, he's like, oh, he said something. I was like, what's going on? What's wrong? And he's like, that video is so good. I was like, what's wrong? But like,
it was the way he started the conversation.
Yeah, but I couldn't believe he really liked it. I was like, oh man. Yeah, Mom, it made me feel so good that both you and Daddy liked that video. I was like, heck yes, I have succeeded.
Yes, indeed.
Charlize says, I agree with you. Let's keep it positive. Women's basketball is a beautiful thing. It is. It absolutely is. Okay.
Mm.
What happens next says they will balance the calls next game. We'll see. And also, yeah, we'll see about this game that's coming up later today between the Minnesota
Oh,
Lynx and the
Lord.
Phoenix Mercury. Me and Mama gonna watch
Uh,
it. We're gonna be on the call after the game is over. We're gonna see what's going on. Mama, any lasting words before we are able to take a break for a little bit until the next game?
no, I think I've said everything I felt about the game. Um, just we'll see what happens game 5. Somebody's gonna go home heartbroken on Tuesday.
Yep.
For real. So,
Somebody's gonna be heartbroken. We gonna see who that is. Any
mm,
predictions? Not necessarily what you want to happen or whatever. Any predictions, Mama?
I am leaning towards the Fever taking it only because in these 4 games we've seen the level of play they have done, and they have the energy behind them. Um, I can see Indiana taking it and going to the finals. I can.
Okay. I could see Indiana doing it, but I think game. My prediction is game 5. Indiana's gonna run out of gas in
Oh,
overtime
you?
once we get there, and that the Aces will pull it out. But
Oh, you
yeah,
think it's gonna go to overtime?
I think it's gonna go to overtime, and I think that the in overtime the Fever are gonna collapse, and the Aces are
Mm,
gonna take it. Um,
mm,
that's what I think
okay.
might happen. If not, Aces are winning during the game. I don't. Now, yes, the Fever have been amazing. They have, but I I kind of doubt the finish. Like I don't know, but hey, who knows? Ultimately, anybody can win. Hey, win or go home. Like that's what it's all about. But we'll see what happens though. We'll see. One of us will be right, Mama. One of us will be. Well, I'll
I
probably
think
be
the
wrong
Fever
about
more.
the overtime thing. Period. But
Yeah, I just think the Fever are more hungry for it.
they are hungry. Yeah, they are hungry. Yeah,
They're more hungry for it.
they're
The Aces have
hungry. I
been
just I think they might
times
run out of
already.
gas though. But we'll
Uh,
see what happens. Why am I hating? Come on now. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
they got enough
Iron
players
says
to
Quita always hating.
uh,
What?
they got enough players to help them in the process of them running out of gas at any given moment. They got players that they can bring in to spark them and give them a little bit more energy if that happens. Like that did happen in game. Was that game 3? Was that game 3
That happened in
it's
game 2 for the Fever.
yeah, okay, so game 2 where you did see them run, they really didn't have the level of energy. They ran out of gas because the Aces kind of like ran away with the game. So that
Yeah.
was kind of like they couldn't keep up with that pace that they were doing.
Well, and
But
also because home court advantage is a big thing. And
mhm,
for Indiana, you need to get some planes ready and fly your fans out to Vegas because if 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 on game 5 we see Fever fans loud and proud in that arena and very loud to pump up this team,
mhm,
yeah, then I might end up flipping a switch and saying, "Oh no, the Fever are going to win." Here's the thing: the reason why I think that the Fever will run out of gas in Game 5 is because they're playing on the road. Now, yes, did they win? Like, can they win on the road? They absolutely can. However, I just I think it's going to be very tough for Game 5. So
mm.
if that whole arena is like
It should
Aces,
game 5 should be tough for both of them. It should be tough for both of them, for both
well,
teams.
it should.
It's a game 5. It's a
Yeah,
game 5. It should be tough for both.
it's going to be tough for both. But what I'm saying is like when it gets tough, your home crowd lifts you up,
That's true.
and on the
That's true.
road, the Fever won't have that. Now, yes, will some fans travel? Yes. But I don't think it's going to be like that crazy amount of fans that will travel to go. And so, if more Fever fans can go out there to Vegas to watch this game, they pick seats right next to the Fever bench and like continue to pump them up, then yeah, maybe they don't run out of gas. Right.
Okay, because they probably didn't. They probably are all buying tickets now because they didn't know it was going to be a game 5. So you're probably right. That, and they always do have Fever fans are everywhere.
That they said every game is a home game.
Are everywhere. So, we shall see.
All right, Mom, we'll leave on this. Thank you so much, Miss PGR for the super chat. Says, looking forward to game 5 in both series. Also, when is it Quita and Momma in the morning t-shirt going to be available? Number one, Momma work in the morning. I mean, I work too, but Momma,
I'm already working before she starts.
It would not be able to do that. So the Quita and the Momma, Quita and Momma in the morning, that's likely not gonna happen. But what about Quita and Momma on the weekends or something? I don't know. Maybe Momma will be amenable to something on the weekends or something on certain evenings or something. But in the morning, I could tell y'all, Mama's not going for it.
No, I don't have a choice in that.
she is not going for it because she ain't going for it. So sorry about that. But thank you so much for the super chat. But who knows if the more and more y'all continue to request Mama, maybe she'll be more amenable to other stuff. Not in the mornings, but maybe she'll be amenable to other stuff. We'll see. Because it seems like y'all really like Mama. I think some of y'all like Mama more than y'all like me. Which it makes sense because Mama's awesome. But anyway, that's been enough rambling for the day. And that's it. Anything else, Mama?
We'll be back. Oh no, that's it. We'll be back after the other game.
Yeah. My prediction, Phoenix is winning game 4. Do I want them to win game 4? No, I don't. I want the Lynx to win so we can go to game 5. However, my prediction, Lynx will win game 4, and it will not be close. That's my prediction.
I got a toss up on this one. I would love for the Lynx to win because you all know that's my team, so I love the team. Not that I don't like Phoenix because I do like a lot of their players, but I would hope that the Lynx can win this to take it to a game 5. Now this is where I want a game 5 at, right here, right here. So we'll see. With Nafisa being out, they have won without her, but not against Phoenix. So that's the difference. AT, woo! I don't know. I don't know what they get.
She gonna be on one tonight.
Well, if I was Phoenix, my goal is to close it out. Like I said, when you have the upper hand and you can close out a series, that is your goal, and that's all you go after. So you give it all you got to make that thing happen. So the likelihood, 90%, Phoenix is going to win it and close out the series. That's the way I see it. Is that the way I want it? No. But that's probably what's going to happen.
Oh, we'll see what happens. All right. Well, guys, me and Mama will talk to y'all in a couple hours after Minnesota Lynx versus Phoenix Mercury. We'll see who wins game 4. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, bye-bye. Watch that video. Watch the Heart of the Fans, or the Truth About the WNBA Heart of the Fans project. Watch that video. It's pinned in the chat. Watch it right now. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.